Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of adult age, welcome back to my empire. I am Dave. As you can see in front of you, I have three branches of the Spider-Man multiverse live action movie franchise. That was a mouthful, and I don't think I can repeat that. So, the reason I have brought all these movies together and a Slurpee cup is because I am unboxing or unpacking or opening up, letting breathe three Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures today. Way in the back here, I have Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and a Slurpee cup to represent Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. The reason for the season. I'm going to set these up here just briefly. I'll probably rearrange these at least one more time. But starting out, we have the Spider-Man No Way Home, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We have the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Get that glare off of there. And last, we have Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm going to wander out here so we can all see what's going on here. And maybe just take a screenshot. Let's come back in. Obviously, I'm going to start with the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man because he started the Spider-Man live-action movie universe franchise way back in like 2002. I don't know if my daughter knows this, but I believe Spider-Man was the very first movie that her mother and I took her to. Granted, she was a baby and slept surprisingly well throughout the whole film. Which is a magical thing for any adult human being who wants to see a movie and not be interrupted by children shrieking. Now, to wet my whistle today, because it is Sunday as I record this, Sunday morning, I have my morning coffee. But to stay in theme, the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man vintage coffee mug from Universal Studios Islands of Adventure is the vessel containing the nectar today. I shall get a sip and then I will continue with this, I'm going to say, amazing video. I can feel my brain cells hydrating. One more. All right, folks, let's right into this. Spider-Man No Way Home, Marvel Legends. 4+ in the corner there. We're going to go over likeness, articulation, all of that. Our friendly neighborhood hero swings in to help his fellow Spideys in his iconic suit. See if we can get the... There's a barcode. It might be a little dark. Sorry, folks. Let me turn on my upper light. There you go. That's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'll do that again for the other ones. Being a deeply carded figure, the way it's packed, I'll have to use my blade to carefully cut around it. So I'm going to do probably most of that slightly off camera, so as I do not stab the shit out of myself, which I am liable to do if I'm not extremely careful. The other day I was working on a piece and I stabbed myself in my thumb with a fork. And fork, you say? Like, yep, fork. Forked myself in the kitchen. That's a great joke. Not a joke that I stabbed myself, because it could have been a lot worse. Let's see. Okay, I need to get there, and I need to get on the corner there. Alright, he's off the card. That's a card without the bubble. Set that on the floor. All the legal stuff, nobody needs it. Going to use the thing, and always safety with the blade. There's our Spider-Man. Let me drop the camera down so I can see over the top of it as I am doing this. Sweet. I am so freaking happy. And just that would display well. Let's see. Is he strapped in? He is not. Let's get his whip hands out first. And then we'll go over the bits and pieces. This tape is an asshole. There we go. And hopefully I don't need to use this blade for anything else. Pop the Spidey head out. Seen a couple photos online of people supposedly having issues with breaking of limbs immediately out of the package. But so far this guy's okay. He didn't break popping out of the thing, so that's a plus. We're going to zoom in and look at the head sculpt first. That looks like friendly neighborhood 2002 era Spider-Man to me. Lots of nice texture on the mask. I don't think any of the webs have been missed. It looks like it at some angles, but you catch it at another angle and they highlight just fine. I mean, it's pretty good to me. What do you think, folks? I love that mask. Let's go with his left and his right thwip hands. Very highlighted, looking extremely silver there. I believe they were black and they shone silver in reflective light. Hello, Tobey Maguire. As far as a Tobey Maguire likeness, I think that's just fine. I'm not complaining about that at all. You can see the blue eyes, combed hair, the spider logo, a lot of details. I really like how the webbing is strobing off in the reflected light. You can see the suit itself has texture, the blue. I enjoy that. Toe articulation would have been nice, but they're going to be standing on the shelf anyway. They're not exactly going to be doing some crazy shit. Yeah, but spider logo on the back. Comes with the fist on his right hand and a wall crawling grabby hand on his left. Would have been cool to have matching 2 fists, 2 wall crawling hands, but that's okay. He does have the thwips over there. So articulation, let's see. Looking up, pretty good. Looking down, pretty good. Bit of a gap there. That's all right. All the range of motion you can want in the head. Not the highest shoulder motion range there. Oh, I stand corrected. There is another notch in there, so you can get parallel. Get bicep, double jointed pinless elbows. Nice. Good range of motion there. Forward and back on the wrist. He does have a dumbbell joint. You can get a decent range of motion if you play around with it. Obviously, I am being careful because I do not want to break this thing. If I do, I will be annoyed, but it won't be the end of the road. Looks like he's got a headache. Not today, Mary Jane. I've got a headache. Stiff. There. Quite a bit of crunch. Quite a bit of back arch. You will gap there, but that's, negligible if you do it right. No waist because of the type of articulation there, but you get turn there. That is weird. It would have been interesting to have a cut right there. Let's get a spider split going. That's a Tobey Maguire spider split. Not super deep. It does feel like there's drop down hips. So you can get a little bit more if you play around with it maybe. Thigh cuts. Double jointed pinless knees. Spider boot. Man, I like this guy. Up and down on the toes. The feet, I mean. none of the joints seem loose. A little bit of play in that one, but nothing that I would call dangerous. The butterfly joints are stuck a little bit, but like I said, not going to be a disastrous thing for me. Stands up. Let's get the Tobey Maguire head off. Came off real easy with the Spider-Man head on. This guy is going to represent the 2002, 2000, whatever series of Spider-Man figures on my shelf. Can't tell if that ball is in there all the way or not. I think it is. Maybe. I get a little bit of gapping on the neck there. Like right there, see? Not sure if that's supposed to be that way or not. But maybe that is the last time that's coming off. Who knows? Let's switch his hands. Tobey Maguire head up there. You can hear the trash man outside, huh? You know, he didn't break. He works. He looks good. I'm happy with that one. Coffee. We're going to move along to the Andrew Garfield, The Amazing Spider-Man. Alright. Very cool. Pretty much the same. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 package versus the Spider-Man No Way Home package for some reason. But that's alright. No matter what evil rises, the Amazing Spider-Man will summon the courage to defeat it, for with great power comes great responsibility. Great Amazing Spider-Man 2 image on the back. I'll zoom into the barcode for that. Zoom back out now. We're going to do the same cut feature. So enjoy the sounds of me being careful with my blade. Almost twisted the blade off of this thing. I'll tell you that trash truck is extremely loud today. You guys may not be able to hear it, but I sure as hell can. Now you should be able to hear that. It's like, haha, I am Trash Man. It's like they try to be loud on purpose or something. Almost got my thumb that time. Let's see how well I did. I missed a whole patch up here. I missed a bit. All right. Off the card. Sweet. Once again, blade safety, folks. Put your caps back on when you're not using it so you don't reach over and stab yourself. Legal junks. Hands also taped in. Looks like a very similar arrangement of hands on this guy. Alright, put that there on the floor. Set him there and do the mask first, like we did with the other one. The Amazing Spider-Man mask. Very cool, nicely sculpted, nice texture, nice webbing, nicely represented eyes, painted all the way around. Whole. The hand in the package is a somewhat pointy hand, also nicely webbed, and a fist for the right. Nice. We'll start with the head. Andrew Garfield likeness is pretty good. A little dust across his eye. Got it. The darker red and darker blue is a pretty good representation of the movie costume. Real nicely sculpted texture and webs so far. I'm not disliking this one at all. He's got his thwip hands. It is a slight update on the classic design of the suit, but you know, some like it, some don't. I dig it. I think Andrew Garfield got shortchanged with his Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I'm glad he got a really, really solid moment in No Way Home. Kind of redeemed the portion of the franchise a little bit. Head sculpt is nice. Lots of poofy hair. You can get down like that. You can get up like that. I may have to find some other bodies for these unmasked heads because I really like Tobey up there with the head on. Let's see. Let's do the standard arms up. Ooh. He can go above 90. Tobey might be able to. I'm not sure. His shoulders were a little stiff. Like, what up, bitches? Full range. Yeah. All the head wobble you can want. Good range there. His butterfly joints work pretty well. Can't go super far back, but they're there and they look good. Decent range of motion if you play around with it, I'm sure. Same articulation scheme, so no waist necessarily, but you do have the upper ball joint there. all the back you can possibly want. You can kind of bow forward. Nice detent there. Nice little wiggle. Andrew Garfield split. Better than Friendly Neighborhood over there. Definite drop down hip. Yeah. You play around with it, you can get good range there. Let's check his biceps. They move. Both of them move. Nice. No issues so far. What up? What up? What up, peeps? Nice. The hands move. There's a nice little feature. He's kind of got the it's unpainted, but the mechanical web shooters are represented on his wrists. That's a nice little feature. I dig that. Thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless, of course, like the other one. Good range of motion. Got longer legs. He's lankier than Tobey Maguire. That's represented pretty well, I think. We'll be able to show them side by side in a moment. Let's stand up. Stands up fine. Since he's got his whip hands on, we don't need to switch. We are going to switch his head, though, into the spider head. The ball peg is kind of thin, the dog bone bit there. I'm afraid that could break. That is a massive ball to go into that tiny spider hole. Yeah, I'm not going to force it. That will have to be heated up. So for now, Andrew Garfield head back on there. Let's see if we can get him into that pose over there. We got knee up, not these. We do the upper one there. You got this one this way, tucked all the way down like that. I'm just playing here for a moment. This one would be in the way back. And this one would be in the forward. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm happy enough with that. But we're going to go stand this guy up in the back here. Just for a moment, let me get this head back off of there. The neck wants to come out. His back was crooked. Get him into a good standing position, shall we? How about that? Kind of got a mopey face going on, but that's all right. Put him in the middle there. I really like that figure as well. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to like the Tom Holland one. I'm going to move the movies to the side over here. Another sip of my Amazing Spider-Man coffee mug. Last but not least, Spider-Man, our current Spider-Man. That's his appearance at the very end of No Way Home when he makes his own suit again. He's got the most hands. He's got 6 as opposed to 4 of either other guy. He's got wall crawling, thwip, and fists on both. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Our friendly neighborhood web-slinger is unmasked, no longer able to separate his life as a high schooler from the high-stakes world of being a superhero. An amazing triptych photo there. That's an awesome piece of artwork. There's a barcode for Tom Holland Spider-Man. MJ and Matt Murdock are almost peg warming in some places. It is a new wave, so I kind of hesitate to say it, but they're way more available than these guys. Sandman is a little bit more difficult to find than Matt Murdock or MJ, but you can find him if you look long enough. Let's see. Oh, I almost forgot to say, Tobey Maguire up there. He's the only one of these figures that I've found myself at a Target store. Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, and Spider-Man Tom Holland came from my good friend Jamie Futrell. See, that was bound to happen, wasn't it, folks? Had too much shit balanced up. Let's get this reset while I kind of redo everything. Shit. Hands, missing a hand. There it is. Found his hand. Andrew, stand back up. Thank you, sir. Let's get your ankle flattened out. How about that? There we are. Alright, so where was I? Taking Tom Holland off the card. There we go. Off the card. Sweet, sweet. Like I said, he does have the most hands. which we'll take a look at in a moment. This suit is the most cartoony looking in color scheme. It's very bright, but almost metallic in the movie. All right, that there legal junk. Set him to the side. This is my first Tom Holland Spider-Man figure, so that's pretty sweet. I'm going to zoom into the head. Nice bold outline on the eyes. It also has texture, true black webbing all the way around. Pretty nicely done. Since I got the other heads here, let's do a trio head comparison here. There we are. It's the 3 Spider-Man heads. Friendly Neighborhood, Amazing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man. All different, but all Spider-Man. Love it. Get the heads there. Enjoy my close-up here. His 2 thwip hands, nicely sculpted with the thwip shapes. I think they're slightly fatter fingers than the other guys, so you can mix and match, but you'd have to repaint. He has wall crawling hands. They're pretty nice. Would have been nice if all of them came with them, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain too much because I'm not a dick. Tom Holland, unmasked Spider-Man head. I think the likeness is pretty nice. He has a pretty mild vanilla face. The spider's nice. There is texture to the red. The blue is somewhat smooth, almost pearl. There's almost pearlescent to it. He comes with fists. I like these slightly bright, shiny, almost reflectiveness of the modern end of movie suit. The logo on the back is nicely depicted, and there is leg in there, so when you articulate up and down, it'll stretch and look like it's there. Sweet. Articulation on Tom Holland here. All the up you can want. About tuck the chin, that's about all the down you get. All the wibble wibble. Stiff shoulders, you can get at least 90, at least parallel. Not so bad. Good detent in the shoulder and go all the way around. You can kind of feel it go thunk, thunk, thunk. You can actually hear it too. His butterfly joints work real well. Nice. Bicep cut there. So far, no problems. Elbow joint is a little stiff. Let's see if I can get the upper joint to move. Stiff elbow joints, but they work. Fists work. Nice. Open that back up. Get this guy. Alright. Sweet, sweet. So far, pretty good. It's not stuck in there, so I don't have to worry about that. Also, no waist, but his joint is high, his joint is medium, his joint is low. I get that there. Arch back like that. A little bit of mold there. Not mold, flashing. Tom Holland spider split. About there. Let's get them drop down hips, pops back up. He does have thigh cuts, which I'll probably not use much. Let's get the knees stiff, but usable knee articulation. Very stiff knees, but I like stiff joints as long as they're not stuck. Stuck joints you have to heat and pop, and that can be super aggravating and dangerous to the figure. These joints I find to be stiff, but if you hold it while articulating it, it'll move just fine. So don't be a monkey about it, and it'll work fine. Stands. Let's take his head off for a moment. Pop, off it comes. Let's see, does his go on there? His head does go on. Looks pretty nice. Like I said, I'll have to heat the Andrew Garfield one to get that on there. We're going to take his fists off, get his thwips on. Fists come off easily. Thwips on. Sweet. I am super happy with these figures. Yeah. They're kind of doing their thing here. Let's get him doing a similar in the other direction. Oh, Tom. That is cool. Let me adjust cameras. How cool is that, folks? I've got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland Spider-Man's action figures all in one frame. I mean, I'm really digging these guys. I hope you dug the review. We're going to do the thing. Everybody does the thing, so we're doing the thing. That's the thing, folks. Because I'm a nerd just like everybody else. What do you think of these figures, folks? Are they pickups for you? Are they not pickups for you? Are they passes, hard passes? What do you think of the movies? Do you think Andrew Garfield got a good redemption moment in Far From Home? Or No Way Home, rather? I think he did. And just for fun, before I go, let me zoom out. Which one of these three Spider-Mans do you think would be the most fun to watch with Batman? Would it be Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire? Would it be Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland? What are your thoughts, folks? Deuces.